So my sobriety date is August 8th, 2016. So I've been sober 1 year and 8 months. It never occurred to me to drink or use drugs when I was young. I always feared I was going to go to hell because of my sexuality. When I turned 21 and started to feel that way, I didn't know what to do. I was really scared, didn't know what to do, and I certainly wasn't going to tell anyone. I mean, I woke up pretty much every day since about 21 thinking of ways to kill myself. I put on a really good show. Most of my friends and family had no idea.
If I could have put money on anybody not doing drugs, it'd have been her.
So I was born in Washington State, but I was raised in Las Vegas. And I had like a normal childhood. Nothing bad happened to me. I had a really good childhood. My family, I come from a large family. I'm the youngest of 6. Family vacations, going to school, like life was good. I was an athlete. I played a ton of sports growing up. My sexuality is kind of what started it, and I was really stagnant in life. And I was always in incredibly unhealthy relationships with women, incredibly unhealthy. And so it was just like a revolving door. I didn't like them, I didn't like my job, I didn't like me. And I just, instead of ever trying to do something about it, I was just using drugs and alcohol or trying to figure out how to kill myself. And I don't think really anybody noticed until the last maybe like 3 to 6 months before I got sober that something was wrong with me.
Physically, she just looked horrible. I mean, she's thin. She got really skinny and eyes were sunken in. But the paranoia was probably the hardest because she just had this she was constantly paranoid. So talking to her, it was like, I lost my friend. Like I lost Shelly.
When you're using drugs and alcohol, it just shuts off your ability to care.
She was confident and she was beautiful, and I didn't think that I guess I always looked at it like peer pressure, like I didn't think she'd fall into that.
At the very end of July of 2016, I hit what's called my rock bottom. I came out of my bedroom and my parents were trying to talk to me, and I just went in a fit of rage, and that's my rock bottom, and I slammed a door, caused a hole to go in the wall. I took an iPad, slammed it over a chair, and I got in their faces and told them I was gonna kill them. And I meant it. And that's what scared me, because I saw how they looked at me and it scared me. And my parents that week had been talking to a rehab, been trying to get me in rehab, and I called the rehab the next day, and that's when I was ready to go, and I knew something had to change. I kept hearing hope from the staff at the rehab was huge for me at first, because those are the people I was around, and they kept giving me hope, and they kept loving me, and they kept being kind. And sobriety wasn't what I thought about. It was when people said that they, had a job they liked, and they woke up and didn't want to kill themselves. And I was like, wow, that'd be kind of cool to wake up and not want to kill myself, to go to a job that I like, to eventually get married and have kids and be happy. So I heard people say that. So that's what intrigued me. Living a sober life didn't necessarily intrigue me, but I knew in order to have those things, I had to be sober. I had to find things that I love, and I did that in sobriety. I found so many things that I love to do, which in turn is me loving myself, It's weird how sobriety has brought me that connection where I'm also able to love somebody now, and I do. I love, I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of coworkers, I have a lot of family.
I love seeing her now. It's like I got my friend back. Even better, because this person isn't ashamed of who she is.
I live a good life today. It is possible to wake up and not hate yourself, and wake up and not use drugs and alcohol. It is possible to be happy. It's possible. You just have to be willing to put in some hard work.